Hello and welcome back to Reactions That Rock. I am Seth, but you already knew that. And tonight, it's New Year's Eve. Wait a second, I got something around here somewhere. Alright, let's celebrate by doing a recap of my top 5 new, to me, artists of 2023. Yes, as you know, I've been on a musical adventure where I'm breaking away from rock and metal and I am listening to different types of music, newer bands I've never heard before, older bands I've never heard before, dance, country, hip-hop, folk music from Vermont. Lots of stuff I would have never ever in my normal life listened to, but I decided I need to branch out and be a little less of a douche. And that means listening to music that my friends like, my family likes, my peers like, other people like, you might like. So here I am checking it out and giving you my honest opinion. Yes, I've let my hair down. It's party time here at Reactions That Rock. Without further ado, we are going to count down 5 of my top new to me artists or bands of 2023. Next year I'll do 10, but whereas I started this channel in October, I think 5 is reasonable. Maybe I'll have an honorable mention or 2. Here's the question. Did Taylor Swift take the number 1 spot like she always does? Don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. Stay tuned. Alright, coming in at number 5 is music I never thought I would care about. Yes, I also learned, as a result of the video, that K-pop is not a genre of music, but it's actually an entire industry where the Korean music industry takes young Korean men and women, runs them through the meat mill. This is not going to last. Runs them through the meat mill of music production and just cranks them out to make hit after hit after hit. However, I've also learned that that's not at all what Jungkook or BTS are. Yes, Jungkook, also known as JK, who's, I guess, an army man now, which makes perfect sense because their fans are army. This is everything you have taught me, so I appreciate it. But I checked out Jungkook, and I was hooked. I thought I was going to get into basic boy band nonsense garbage. A simple song with a hook and a simple dance routine where everybody's doing this. And instead what I got was something that was like a hybrid of Michael Jackson and Usher with not even an Asian flair. If we're just being honest here, I really thought the Korean thing was going to be shoved down my throat, and I didn't feel it at all. And some of you have commented, and I have to agree, that pigeonholing great pop music as just Korean music or K-pop is totally wrong, because this transverses international boundaries, which may be a theme in this top 5, you'll have to find out. However, this was great American pop music. Great dancing, great singing, great styling, great choreography, great video, great everything. So I am hooked on Jungkook. Some of you have told me I need to check out his band BTS, which is a band I've heard of before and avoided like the plague for all the reasons I mentioned earlier. But I will definitely be checking out more of both the band and the artist himself in the not-too-distant future. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and definitely do that if you're a fan of, I can't even say K-pop, I just mean great American pop music that I will definitely be checking out more of. Who's in the number 4 spot? Let me tell you right now. Alright, number 4 in this countdown is our first rock band. As you know, I come from the world of rock and metal. I was a rock radio DJ. However, I stopped listening to a whole lot of newer rock just because it didn't hit me the same way that the rock I grew up on did. Trust me, that happens when you get a little older. I'm sorry to break the news to you. Anyway, our first rock band in the countdown, and my number 4, I gotta tuck that thumb in. That number 4 new to me artist or band is Falling in Reverse. I absolutely loved their reimagined version of Papa Roach's Last Resort. It was fantastic, and y'all filled me up in the comments and told me everything I needed to check out. And here's a little secret. I checked out a lot of it just on my own. However, I did not check out the reimagined songs or their originals. I was instructed, directed, informed flat out told that I have to check out these songs. So coming up in the not too distant future, we're actually going to be doing both the original and the reimagined together. And I'm actually going to react on both of them, tell you which one I like better, feel how the differences are, see what's similar, It's going to be fun, and I hope you come with me on that journey. So at number 4, music, new to me, artist, falling in reverse. Do we stay with the rock trend going into number 3? You'll have to find out. And here we are, number 3. We stay with the rock trend just a little bit. I'm actually talking about Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, I never thought this was going to happen. I thought this was going to be like High School Musical saccharine, sweet teeny bopper pop music when I first started getting into it. I thought I was going to be cranking out the Radio Disney, and I was 100% wrong, and I've never been happier to be wrong. Olivia Rodrigo has really impressed me with her range. She's got ballads, she's got rock tunes, well, rock-adjacent tunes. It's kind of like the Avril Lavigne of the 2020s. It's kind of rock, but it's pop. But I like it. It's got edge to it, which you typically don't find from what I thought I was going to listen to. You don't find edge on Radio Disney. You're not going to find edge flipping through the Nickelodeon channels in the afternoon. You're not going to find it. I thought I was getting that, and I got something so much better. She's got a great voice, she can sing, and she's still young enough where I think her best music is ahead of her, much like our number 1 band in this countdown, but you're going to have to watch through and see who that is. Hint, number 1's a band. Okay, here we are, number 2 on this countdown is a artist that I wasn't sure about, because I know this person has written a lot of music for a lot of other people, and it was country music. And I'm not the world's biggest fan of country music, as you may have noticed. However, this took a different tone and a different turn. And I'm talking about Hardy. Hardy is a party. Hardy is a redneck rock and roll white trash hillbilly that I want to hang out with. I would love to go fishing and drinking beers with this dude and just hang out and pick his brain all day long. He is hilarious. He understands the nuances of the industry in which he makes his fortunes. He seems like he's really down to earth. Every Hardy song I have heard has been absolutely solid gold to me. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor to it, which I actually dig. The country stuff is self-aware, which I absolutely love. Kind of breaking down that fourth wall, telling us, hey, this is the sappy country stuff I'm going to throw at you. And it's like he's checking boxes, but he knows it and he's telling us, and I love it. So my number 2 favorite artist of 2023 is Hardy. Now, before I get to number 1, I actually do have a couple honorable mentions. Now, what these are 2 artists or bands who I have heard and was really, really impressed and gone down a bit of a rabbit hole into their music. However, the downfall and the reason they didn't make the top 5 is because both of their songs are a little bit slow for me. It's emotional and it's soulful, but it's kind of a downer. And it's very hard for me to get into any music that drags me down as much as this music has. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, let's be honest, we could all stand to maybe feel just a little bit more. But first honorable mention is Lana Del Rey. And my wife says that sounds like a town in Florida. Like, hey kids, we're going on vacation. Load up the minivan. We're heading down to Lana Del Rey. Yeah, it's funny. I laughed when she said it. I hope you just laughed too. If not, throw it in the comments. Tell me my wife's jokes are bad. And then let's see where that gets you. Seriously, anyway. Lana Del Rey has a sultry, soulful voice, and she's a poet, and I respect that, and I like that, and that's why she's an honorable mention here. My only problem with Lana Del Rey is, like I said, it's slow, loungy music. It's very hard for me to get into slow, loungy music. I like the upbeat. I don't want music I can smoke joint after blunt after joint to. I've done that. I want music that gets me excited, that gets me happy, that makes me it brings me out of my seat, that makes me want to like do this or this or... So I really liked Lana Del Rey enough. So if you're listening, you got to listen to this part if you're a Lana Del Rey fan. I like her music enough where I bought one or more albums on Amazon. Yes, I buy CDs because I'm old. And I also bought her poetry book. So I'm very interested in Lana Del Rey as an artist. It just didn't quite hit me as hard as some of the other music I've listened to this year. Which brings me to our second honorable mention, and that's Noah Kahan. He is pop folk from Vermont, and he basically did the same thing to me that Lana Del Rey did. Great music, great poetry, songwriting that makes you feel and think, and I like that. But it's a little bit slow, it's a little bit campy. It's something where if I'm at like a concert, I want to move. If I'm sitting there having a conversation with some friends in a bar and we're drinking, it's the best music on the planet to have. So I'm not opposed to it, and I get it, both him and Lana Del Rey. If they come through town, I will definitely be going to the concerts. I enjoy it that much. It's just I can't get into the slower, kind of sing-songy, soulful. It's like having a basset hound and just having it sit on the couch and stare at you with those big eyes and floppy ears, and they just look sad. And it's hard to get excited about a music that makes you feel sad. And that's what that Vermont folk does as well. So thank you, Lana Del Rey and Noah Kahan, who will never see this, for providing me great music that makes me feel. It's your fault that I hurt as bad as I do. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, who's in the number one spot? Is it Taylor Swift? Well, no, I already told you it's going to be a band. Let's roll the graphic, and I'll tell you who made my number one band of 2023. Ciao! It's Måneskin. Yes, I never in a million years thought that a European band would be my favorite new band to listen to, and I was 1,000% wrong. And I'm not knocking the European bands. There are a ton of European bands that just don't get the credit that they should, but the American music system doesn't do well with European bands unless you're singing happy pop punk music from England. You get a pass then. Hey, Blur, I'm looking at you. Muse, are you English? Where's Muse from? I don't know, but these are bands that are bigger overseas but have somehow transitioned here, and that is about to happen with Måneskin. If you've not checked them out, somewhere around here are some links to some songs. You've got to check it out. They are still, as a band, in their relative infancy, and they seem to really get it. Not just the music, but the entire music industry, which is exciting because I think Måneskin is maybe one or two albums away from being one of the largest rock bands touring in America. And I mean that. They have such an edge to them that is refreshing and fun. They're a little over-sexualized, but it's kind of in that Decade of Decadence 1980s rock and roll way. They feel like rock and roll. I've made a joke when I did, I think, the first reaction to Måneskin that I did. I called them Marilyn Dancin', which is my take on who Måneskin is. They have that edgy kind of gender-bending effect that Marilyn Manson had when he first came out, but their music is a little more upbeat. I don't want to slit my wrists, I want to party. And that's a really, really good thing for most of us. Some of you would probably be happy if I walked the line, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I love Måneskin. They are my favorite band of 2023. No, I am not pandering to my Italians who are following me. I might be pandering to some of you. You know who you are. I just absolutely dig this. I've gone down the rabbit hole. You've recommended great songs. I've listened to a few of them on my own. I promise you a few more will be popping up in 2024. And the minute they drop a brand new album, I will have maybe a Måneskin listening party and roll that whole thing. I don't know. But I'm really enjoying the fun, funky vibes. They are a party on stage. They are energetic. They are, to me, what's kind of been missing in rock music. Rock music has taken one of two turns. It's either gone really, really mechanical, where every band puts out a song that sounds almost exactly the same, and it's kind of a poor me song. It's My Life Sucks. It's kind of going country. It's just kind of sad. Or it's gone really soft. It's gone like, like a whole acoustic set and a dude playing the xylophone in the background. And that's what rock music, at least to my ears, sounds like in 2023. Måneskin has been refreshing. I can't wait to see what 2024 looks like for them. I also cannot wait to see what 2024 looks like for you. I'm wishing you the best of New Year's. I'm wishing that 2024 brings you nothing but happiness, prosperity, and satisfaction in anything and or everything that you do. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This will be the last time I ever use this sign-off on this channel, because 2024 is bringing a brand new sign-off or 2 or 365. This is going away, and we're starting the party, so come along for the ride. If you've liked this or you want to wish me a Happy New Year, hit the thumbs, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm not going to waste time telling you. You know what to do if you're enjoying this. And last time ever, until we see each other again, rock and roll. 2024 brings brand new reactions that rock and a whole lot more.